UFC superfans, we are doing a fight recap. This is my first fight recap of UFC 173, Barrow vs. Dillashaw. The fight that we're recapping right now for this video are the two Dans, Daniel Cormier and Dan Henderson. I figure this is a good way for me to show off my Daniel Cormier and Dan Henderson cards too. So that's what we're doing. We're just going to talk about it. So I was rooting for this guy, Dan Henderson. He's one of my favorites. He's a legend. He's done a lot for the sport, and he's been around for years and years. And he's 43, so you gotta root for the older guy. I also like DC. He's an up-and-comer. He's going to be challenging John Jones pretty soon. Well, after his Gustafsson fight, but was definitely rooting for Henderson. Interesting. They kind of had the same pose on this set. But anyways, the fight lasted 3 rounds. As expected, this guy, Daniel Cormier, dominated the fight. Joe Rogan said that he threw Dan Henderson around like a rag doll. It was more of a manhandling. Like power slams, suplexes. It was actually pretty crazy. These are moves that you see in like the World Wrestling Federation or WWE. But Henderson fought. He tried. I think DC was just too much for him. Heavier, stronger, faster. Dan Henderson came in underweight. He came in at 199 pounds. Cormier just made the 205 mark, and you know that by fight time he was probably around 220. In the end, well, during the fight, in the beginning and in the end, there was a lot of ground and pound by this guy over Henderson, but in the end, DC got his back, choked him out, and Dan Henderson was unconscious, unfortunately. So I was rooting for Henderson, but as expected, DC won pretty easily, I thought. So it'll be interesting in the next. It'll be interesting when DC gets his title shot, what John Jones is going to do. And it was interesting that after the fight, DC did call out Mr. John Jones. So it was pretty interesting. He did call out this guy. So it'll be a great fight to see, DC versus John Jones. Assuming, of course, John Jones gets past Alexander Gustafsson, but I think he will. But anyways, that's it. It was a great fight. Tough to see one of my favorite legends go down like that, and Dan Henderson just getting choked out and manhandled. But it was expected. It was a showcase fight for DC, and he looks ready to challenge for that belt. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed my first fight recap. I hope to put in maybe a couple of pictures or maybe some graphics if I can. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. UFC Superfan out.